Greetings, fellow recording nerds. So, one of the biggest challenges that you're going to face if you're recording live drums is cymbal bleed. This is something we all have to deal with. Whether you're new or you're experienced, it creeps up in all of our recordings. Usually it's the hi-hat bleeding into the snare mic, and it's usually because drummers don't have the mental capacity to understand basic concepts like hit softly. Especially on the freaking hi-hats. They are all too happy to beat the living shit out of hi-hats while redefining the words metronomic precision. And it's your job to clean up what's left. Now, I've seen all kinds of ways to deal with this, from foam contraptions placed around the snare mic to various software solutions. In my experience, the foam stuff really doesn't make all that much of a difference, but some of the software actually does. And joining into the software solution category is Wilkinson Audio. You guys remember that video I did a few months back about those insanely practical custom mic clips? Well, Wilkinson has come up with a practical piece of software for this issue, and it only costs $40. So Debleeder is a very simple interface. Just work left to right and control how much of this thing clamps down on your cymbal bleed. It's not quite a gate and it's not quite a dynamic EQ, but more of a combination of both, and it's tuned especially for drums. Going over the controls, fundamental selects your drum's target frequency, and the bandwidth knob controls how wide it is. Hit the audition button to hear where you're centering on, and the EXT button is if you're using a trigger on your drum and wish to sidechain. Cool thing is this thing looks ahead 5 milliseconds as well, so it won't ruin your transients. For more info on this, please check out my Cool Tricks for Triggers video for a full explanation of that technique. Anyway, once that's set up, the range control determines how much treble is being reduced from the signal in terms of bandwidth, and the reduction knob controls just how far down you are turning those selected frequencies. The threshold knob determines where the gate opens, and the release knob controls how long it remains open for. The blue light being lit indicates when the gate is closed, and when it's off, the signal is being passed through. Pretty simple stuff. Let's see how it works on this clip. This is a straightforward beat played by Jackson Ward, and we're going to use it on the snare and the toms. Not bad at all. Now, Jackson's got some very impressive hi-hat control, but as soon as you start adding treble to the snare mic, it tends to turn up the hats as well. And since my C4 condenser isn't very directional, it tends to pick up just a little bit too much hi-hat bleed for my tastes. Now, for this next clip, there's quite a bit of ghost notes going on the snare. If you hit the I button, it'll drop down a screen and show you the exact adjustments you'll be making. It also has a knob to control ghost note sensitivity. Very cool. And lastly, if you don't have a trigger to sidechain, Debleed is still very good at recognizing ghost notes. Check it out on this clip. Myself, I'm extremely impressed with it, and I'm looking forward to using it for some time to come. If you're into recording live drums, you can check out the Debleeder over at WilkinsonAudio.com. It's got an awful lot of functionality for only $40 and can save you a lot of grief. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you know someone who's into recording live drums, please have them check this video out and hit the subscribe button. I'm out of here.